Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins History, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins that could change your life in ways you never expected. If you've ever wondered whether an ordinary-looking coin in your pocket change could be worth a small fortune, then you're in the right place. Today, we're exploring a coin that holds an incredible story in American history, the United States of America Susan B. Anthony dollar from 1979. This coin, often mistaken for a quarter by those who see it for the first time, carries more than just face value. It carries a legacy of women's rights, bold change in American currency, and, in some cases, an astonishing collector value that could make your jaw drop. So sit back, relax, and stay with me until the end, because you'll be surprised to learn how much one of these coins could actually be worth. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was a groundbreaking coin in many ways. Introduced in 1979, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman rather than a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty. Susan B. Anthony, a pioneering advocate for women's suffrage, became the face of this new dollar coin as a tribute to her tireless fight for equality and justice. The U.S. Mint designed this coin with a very specific purpose: to replace the paper dollar with a smaller, more durable metal coin that would be easier to use and cheaper to produce in the long run. But things didn't go exactly as planned. When the Susan B. Anthony dollar first entered circulation, the public reaction was mixed at best. The coin was close in size and color to the Washington quarter, and many people confused the two. This led to frustration among merchants and consumers alike, and as a result, the coin failed to gain widespread popularity. In fact, it was so unpopular that production stopped just a few years later. However, what was once seen as a disappointment in circulation became a hidden treasure for collectors decades later. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar holds special significance because it was the first year of issue. The U.S. Mint produced these coins at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark, P, D, and S, has its own story and potential value depending on rarity, condition, and specific variations. The Philadelphia Mint coins are marked with a small p or, in some cases, have no mint mark at all, making them distinct for collectors. The San Francisco Mint produced proof versions intended for collectors, and these proof coins can command impressive prices, especially when they have deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar is the existence of what collectors call the wide rim or near-date variety. Early in production, the Mint made minor adjustments to the coin's rim, resulting in 2 distinct versions: the narrow rim and the wide rim. The wide rim version, which features the date closer to the edge of the coin, is significantly rarer and therefore much more valuable. Spotting one of these in your collection could mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and one worth hundreds or even thousands. Now, let's talk about the artistry of the coin itself. The obverse features the portrait of Susan B. Anthony, designed by Frank Gasparo, who was also known for his work on the Lincoln Memorial reverse of the penny. Susan's strong gaze and dignified expression symbolize determination and courage, qualities that perfectly match her life's work. Above her portrait are the words, "Liberty," with the phrase, "In God We Trust," to the right and the year of minting below. On the reverse side, the coin displays the majestic image of an American eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch, echoing the design from the Apollo 11 mission insignia that first appeared on the Eisenhower dollar. The combination of this space-inspired imagery and the depiction of a historic female leader makes the Susan B. Anthony dollar one of the most meaningful coins in U.S. history, a true celebration of American progress and achievement. Now, when it comes to value, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless specimen. The higher the grade, the more the coin is worth. A circulated 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar may not seem like much at first glance, but if you have one that has never been used, what collectors call uncirculated or mint state, its value can skyrocket. Proof coins, especially those struck in San Francisco with deep mirror-like surfaces, can also command top dollar. Even more fascinating are coins with minting errors. Some $1,979 were struck off-center, double die errors were created, or slight misalignments in the planchet resulted in unique one-of-a-kind pieces. Error coins are always a hit with collectors because no two are exactly alike. These imperfections tell a story of how the coin was made, adding rarity and value beyond normal issues. The demand for the Susan B. Anthony dollar has grown over the years, not only because of its historical significance but also because it bridges the gap between the Eisenhower dollar and the modern Sacagawea dollar. Many collectors see it as a transitional piece that represents the evolution of U.S. coinage, from large, heavy dollar coins to smaller, more practical designs. And with its short production run and unique varieties, the 1979 issue remains the most popular year among collectors. If you've ever come across a Susan B. Anthony dollar in your change or tucked away in an old coin jar, it's worth taking a closer look. Examine the date carefully, check for the mint mark, and see if the rim appears wide or narrow. If it's a wide rim variety or a proof coin in pristine condition, you could be holding something far more valuable than you think. Some collectors have even reported incredible auction results for top-graded examples, and values continue to rise as these coins become harder to find in excellent condition. It's truly fascinating how a coin that was once rejected by the public has now become a symbol of rarity, value, and empowerment. Susan B. Anthony herself probably never imagined that a coin bearing her likeness would one day be worth so much, but her legacy continues to inspire generations of collectors and historians alike. Each time you hold one of these coins, you're holding a piece of American history, a tangible reminder of progress, equality, and resilience. So now, for the moment you've been waiting for. If you happen to have a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar in flawless, mint state condition, or one with a rare variety or minting error, it could be worth an astonishing $355,000. That's right, $355,000 for a single Susan B. Anthony dollar coin. It's hard to believe that a coin once overlooked and confused with a quarter could be worth so much today. This is why it's always worth checking your change, examining old collections, or even revisiting that old coin jar that's been gathering dust. You never know when you might find a hidden gem waiting to change your life. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and eye-catching coins in United States history, the gold $1 2000 P mint mark coin. This coin is not just beautiful to look at, but it carries a deep history, artistic symbolism, and in some rare cases, a value so high it could completely surprise you. Stay tuned until the very end because you'll want to hear how much one of these stunning coins could actually be worth. It might just make you look at your coin jar a whole lot differently. The year 2000 marked the dawn of a new millennium, and with it came the introduction of a new dollar coin that would change American coinage forever. The U.S. Mint decided it was time to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar, which had been criticized for its similarity in size and color to the quarter. What they created was something extraordinary, a golden-colored coin that was bold, beautiful, and instantly stood out from anything else in circulation. Enter the 2000 P Sacagawea golden dollar. Although it is commonly referred to as a gold dollar, it's important to note that the coin is not made of pure gold. Instead, it has a copper core clad with manganese brass, which gives it that rich, golden appearance that shines unlike any other modern U.S. coin. The coin's obverse design features the young Native American woman Sacagawea, the Shoshone guide who played a vital role in helping Lewis and Clark on their expedition across the western United States in the early 1800s. Sculpted by artist Glenna Goodacker, the design shows Sacagawea with her infant son Jean-Baptiste Charbonneau on her back. The expression on her face is one of calm strength and wisdom, symbolizing courage, guidance, and the enduring spirit of exploration. Above her image are the words, Liberty, while to the left appears the national motto, In God We Trust. To the right side of the coin, near the edge, you'll find the mint mark, and for this particular coin, it's the letter P, indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Flipping the coin over, you're greeted with an equally beautiful design on the reverse side. It features a soaring bald eagle, America's national bird, with its wings outstretched as if in flight. Around the border of the coin are the inscriptions, United States of America, and $1, while the motto, E Pluribus Unum, appears above the eagle's head. The designer of the reverse, Thomas D. Rogers, Sr., captured a sense of motion and power that gives this coin an inspiring look, representing freedom, strength, and unity. The 2000 P Sacagawea dollar was meant to be a success story for the U.S. Mint, and in many ways, it was. Millions of coins were produced, and the U.S. government even distributed them through promotional programs with major companies like General Mills and Walmart to encourage public circulation. However, despite this initial excitement, the golden dollar did not become as widely used in everyday transactions as the mint had hoped. Still, its distinctive beauty and historical importance made it a favorite among collectors. What makes this coin even more intriguing is that there are a few rare and valuable varieties that have made their way into coin history. One of the most famous and valuable examples is known as the Cheerios dollar. In early 2000, General Mills included a small number of these coins inside Cheerios cereal boxes as part of a special promotion to introduce the new dollar coin. However, not all of these coins were the same. The promotional coins had a prototype reverse design with extra fine feather details on the eagle's tail, details that were slightly different from the regular issue coins that were later released for circulation. This subtle difference made the Cheerios dollar an instant sensation among collectors, and it remains one of the most valuable modern dollar coins in existence. Another rare and fascinating variety of the 2000 P gold $1 coin involves the so-called mule error, one of the most famous minting errors in U.S. coinage history. A mule coin is created when two dies that were never meant to be paired together are accidentally used during minting. In this case, the Sacagawea dollar's reverse die featuring the eagle was accidentally paired with the obverse die of a Washington quarter. This mistake resulted in a coin that had the front of a quarter and the back of a Sacagawea dollar, a true rarity that caused a major stir among collectors when discovered. Only a handful of these coins were ever found, and they have sold for incredible sums at auction. Beyond the Cheerios dollar and the mule errors, even standard 2000 P Sacagawea dollars in exceptional condition can carry impressive value. Coins that have been preserved in perfect or near-perfect mint state condition, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, are highly sought after by collectors who appreciate flawless examples of early Sacagawea issues. Coins with strong luster, clean fields, and sharp details often command premium prices compared to those that circulated in everyday commerce. What also makes this coin fascinating is its symbolic importance. The Sacagawea dollar was a tribute not only to an important historical figure but also to Native American heritage and contributions to the nation's history. It was also a modern step forward for U.S. coinage, incorporating new metal compositions, innovative design techniques, and special edge lettering in later years. The golden hue of the coin made it instantly recognizable and gave it an aura of elegance that few other modern coins could match. Collectors are always searching for these early issues, especially from the Philadelphia Mint, because 2000 was the debut year. The P Mint mark adds historical value since Philadelphia was the first U.S. mint facility established in 1792, linking this coin to a deep tradition of American coin production. If you have one of these coins, take a close look. Check for minting errors, examine the reverse design for those extra tail feathers, and inspect the coin's overall condition. Sometimes, even small details can make a huge difference in determining whether you have a common piece or a rare treasure. The 2000 P gold $1 coin truly bridges the gap between history and modern innovation. It celebrates exploration, perseverance, and progress, qualities that define the American spirit. Whether it's found in circulation, tucked away in a forgotten collection, or inherited from a family member, each coin tells a story. And some of these stories come with incredible rewards. Now here's the moment that everyone has been waiting for. Among the rarest and most pristine examples of the 2000 P gold $1 coin, especially those with unique features or prototype reverses, the value can soar to a truly unbelievable amount. Imagine finding one of these in flawless mint state condition, perfectly preserved since the year 2000, shining with that golden glow as if it had just been struck yesterday. That coin could be worth an astonishing $323,000, yes, you heard that right, $323,000 for a single 2000 P gold $1 coin. It's truly remarkable that a coin you could once receive as simple change could now be worth a small fortune. It's stories like these that remind us why coin collecting is so exciting, because history, art, and value all come together in one small piece of metal that holds incredible potential. So, before you spend that golden dollar or overlook the coin sitting in your drawer, take a closer look. You might just be holding one of the most valuable pieces of modern American coinage ever made. Today we're about to dive into a coin that holds not only incredible history but also immense sentimental and collectible value, a coin that celebrates America's 200th birthday and continues to capture the hearts of collectors even decades later. We're talking about the United States of America Kennedy half-dollar coin dated 1776 to 1976, a coin that tells a story of patriotism, pride and unexpected value that might just blow your mind, so stay tuned until the end because the number you're about to hear could completely change the way you look at this historic coin forever. The Kennedy half-dollar is one of the most beloved coins in American history. It was first introduced in 1964, just months after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. To honor and immortalize his legacy, the coin immediately became a national symbol of respect, unity, and remembrance. Millions of Americans saved the first issues as keepsakes rather than spending them, and to this day the Kennedy half-dollar remains one of the most collected coins in U.S. history. But in 1976 something truly special happened. America celebrated its bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and the U.S. Mint decided to mark the occasion with a once-in-a-lifetime coin redesign. For the first time since its creation, the Kennedy half-dollar received a special reverse design. To commemorate America's 200 years of freedom and independence, the obverse still featured the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts, showing his profile facing left with the word Liberty stretching along the top and the national motto "In God We Trust" placed just below his chin, along with the dual date 1776 to 1976, reminding everyone that this coin was not just money but a historical celebration frozen in metal. However, the reverse of this bicentennial coin set it apart from every Kennedy half-dollar ever made before. Instead of the usual presidential seal, this special issue features a magnificent image of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, the place where both the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution were signed. This beautiful design, created by Seth G. Huntington, symbolizes the very heart of American liberty and national pride. Above the building you'll find the words United States of America, and below the denomination half-dollar, along with the phrase 200 years of freedom. Now, what makes the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar even more fascinating is that it was minted in multiple compositions and versions. During that time, the U.S. Mint produced these coins at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. The regular circulation coins were struck in copper-nickel clad composition, but the San Francisco Mint also produced a special 40% silver version intended for collectors. These silver bicentennial halves were included in special sets and have a beautiful shine and weight that give them a distinct feel when compared to their regular counterparts. And as always in the world of coins, the tiniest details make the biggest difference. Collectors pay close attention to mint marks and condition when determining a coin's value. Coins struck at the Denver Mint bear a small D mint mark, while those from San Francisco show an S, and Philadelphia coins from that era have no mint mark at all. What truly determines a Kennedy half-dollar's worth is its grade and whether it has any unique errors or rare variations. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar comes in both Type 1 and Type 2 reverses. Type 1 coins have bold lettering with thicker fonts, while Type 2 coins feature sharper and cleaner letters, and the Type 2 design was mainly used on proof coins, which adds even more appeal to collectors searching for top condition examples. But the real excitement for collectors lies in discovering error coins or rare variations during the minting process. Mistakes happen, and when they do, they can transform an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Some 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollars were struck with double dies where certain parts of the lettering or details appear duplicated. Others might have off-center strikes or planchet errors, giving them unique appearances, and some of these rare varieties have been found in pristine condition, graded as near perfect by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, making them worth astonishing amounts of money. It's also worth mentioning that the Kennedy half-dollar represents much more than its face value. This coin embodies an era of hope, national unity, and remembrance. It carries the spirit of both the 1960s and America's founding years, bringing together two powerful symbols of freedom and leadership in one design. For coin collectors, this connection to history adds emotional value far beyond its metallic worth, and as time passes, finding these coins in mint condition becomes Increasingly rare because millions were spent and circulated heavily after the bicentennial celebrations ended. Now let's talk about condition and why it matters so much for collectors. A 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar that has been in circulation with scratches, dull surfaces and worn edges might only be worth its face value, but a coin that has been carefully preserved with sharp details, no contact marks, and that original mint luster can be worth many times more. The best condition coins, known as mint state or proof, can command incredible prices at auction, especially if they feature rare variations or are part of a limited silver issue, and when combined with historical significance their market value can climb into the hundreds of thousands. Imagine finding one of these brilliant bicentennial coins in flawless condition, its surface glowing with golden silver luster and every detail of Independence Hall perfectly defined. Imagine that coin being one of the few struck with a minting error or a rare proof strike from San Francisco. Such a coin would not only be a work of art but a symbol of American history preserved for future generations. Collectors all over the world are constantly on the hunt for such treasures because coins like this don't just represent money, they represent moments that shaped a nation. The Kennedy half-dollar 1776 to 1976 has grown into one of the most admired and collected commemorative coins in the entire United States. Mint history, its design, its symbolism and its connection to America's bicentennial celebration make it a must have for anyone passionate about U.S. history or coin collecting. Even today people continue to search through old coin rolls, inherited collections and forgotten jars in hopes of uncovering a pristine example that could be worth a life-changing amount. So if you ever come across a Kennedy half-dollar dated 1776 to 1976, take a close look at it, check the mint mark, observe its condition and see if it might be one of those special silver proofs or rare error strikes, because you might be holding something truly valuable right in your hand. And now comes the moment that every collector dreams of. If you happen to find a 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar in perfect uncirculated condition with rare minting details or silver-proof quality, its value could reach an incredible $253,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $253,000 for a single Kennedy half-dollar coin, a coin that not only celebrates America's bicentennial but also holds the potential to change your financial future forever. So before you spend that half-dollar or toss it aside, take a moment to appreciate the history, beauty and possible fortune it carries. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey through American history and coin collecting. If you enjoyed this story about the Kennedy half-dollar and want to learn more about other rare coins that could be worth thousands, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next discovery. Stay curious, stay passionate, and as always, happy collecting.